Sanibonani, igama lami Nomvuyo Mlangeni. Ngiphuma eSabi eMpumalanga. Namuhla sitaba senda starter sokuthi uma ngabe uhost abangani bakho or umndeni wakho ungakhona ukuthi siwende. Right now I'm going to be jumping over to English so that I can reach a larger audience. Today I'm going to be making a starter which is called Porc Dore Mussels. It is a starter that you can make when you're trying to entertain friends, when you're having a party, entertaining friends. This is actually for seafood lovers. Most people are not keen on seashells, but this will definitely get people talking about it and wanting more of it. So let me just show you guys what you're gonna need to actually get this meal going and entertain your guests. You're gonna need a pan, a non-stick pan. You're going to need a saucepan. These are the mussels, and you're gonna need a pan for your oven. You're gonna need some garlic butter. I'll tell you guys how I actually made this. You're gonna need some pork sausage, parsley, Parmesan cheese. This is powdered Parmesan cheese, garlic, olive oil, and some dried white wine. Firstly, you're gonna take your mussels. You're gonna put them in the pot. And then we're gonna add our dry white wine. Make sure it's dry wine because we don't want any sweetness in the mussels to be infused into the mussels. You're gonna add about 150 mils of white wine depending on how much mussels you have. We're gonna put the mussels on the stove on a high heat so that we're trying to cook them fast and then get them to open up fast so that we can get on with the process. Right now we're moving on to the second stage of preparing our mussel starter. We're going to take now our pork sausage, we're gonna put it into our pan, and we're gonna put in a little bit of olive oil. I believe in the system of when you wanna cook something fast and you actually wanna brown and seal it, you actually have to put the oil in with everything while it's still cold, and then when you put it on the stove, when everything gets hot together, it's an instant, you get your instant browning on your meat. Some people believe in putting the pot first on the stove, then after putting all the ingredients. That also works, but this is my method. Now we're moving the pork sausages onto the stove, also on a high heat because we're trying to cook this fast and trying to make it brown. So we're gonna want to make this brown as fast as possible. So while this is going, we're gonna actually give it some time for the pan to heat up, the oil to heat up, and everything is gonna get going fast. I didn't put in a lot of oil because already pork sausage comes with oil in it, so I didn't want to put in a lot of oil into this. And whilst that's going, already our mussels are starting to open up, they're looking beautiful, and mussels are something that cook very fast. So within a short space of time we'll be almost done with this. We'll be putting in our sausage and we'll be moving on with everything. In my container here I have butter. It's normal store-bought butter, it's unsalted butter. With it I have put in 2 teaspoons of garlic, crushed garlic. You can also make this with your own fresh garlic. Just need to chop it up very fine because you don't want to be eating chunks of garlic in your mussels. And then I finally chopped also some parsley. This also needs to go in here, but garlic butter can vary. You can put in parsley, you can put in thyme, you can put in any other herb that you prefer and that you like. As you guys can hear, my pork on the stove is actually starting to cook up very fast. So I need to get to that right now. But on the way, don't forget to actually take your garlic butter, put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds so you can get to it. As you guys can see, my pork sausage is starting to brown very nicely. You're going to want to break this down. Even if it's not completely broken down, because we're going to have to break this down by hand also, because we're going to have to put in small portions into the mussels. And of which my mussels are almost done. My mussels are almost done. And then we're going to be moving on to that. And we're going to be spicing up these mussels and making them taste like not your normal everyday mussels. My pork sausage is almost done because it's browning beautifully, and pork cooks very fast. So this really won't take much of your time when you're actually preparing this. You can actually prepare this like 30 minutes before your guests arrive because it's very fast. my mussels look like they're almost done. I just need the wine to reduce much more than this, and after this I'm probably in the next 2 minutes will be out. Okay guys, as you guys can see, my meat has fully browned and it looks very, very beautiful because we just want to get color onto my pork. And that's exactly what we've done here. We've done with that, we've got the color. My mussels have completely reduced. All the wine is out. So we're gonna take this off the heat because we're done with that, and we're gonna turn off our stove. And then now we're gonna move everything to where we're preparing everything so I can show you guys what the next step is. It's very fast, very easy. We're almost done. This is the second last part before we actually complete this meal. It's a very easy, fast, quick step. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna take our mussels, just give them some time to cool down before you handle them, because if they're too hot, you're gonna burn. You're gonna place your mussels into a pan. And take all your mussels, place them into a pan, like so. Open them, remove one part of the shell because you don't need the other shell for it, because it's a finger food. It's a fast finger food that people want to eat while having conversations with others. So this is what they need. They just need something that they're gonna hold, scoop out, enjoy, and just carry on talking. You're gonna put in all your mussels, all your cooked mussels, into the pan. However many that you see fit to have onto the pan, you're going to do that. You're gonna put them there. This is my last one. I'm putting these in, and then what you're gonna do, you're gonna take your pork, you're gonna break it down. You don't need too much pork onto the mussels. You just need to break down the pork into small bite-sized pieces, not even bite-sized pieces, like really, really small pieces, so that people can scoop out the whole thing into their mouth as they eat. You're gonna carry on doing like so. The reason why we want this pork to brown is because when it goes into the oven, it's a quick step that's just going to be so quick that it won't cook. So this is the reason why we needed to brown them, give it some color, make everything beautiful, because after all, anything with color, it looks more beautiful, more attractive. Okay, here we have my melted butter. We're just gonna put in my melted butter onto the mussel because now it's going back into the oven. We don't want it to dry out or taste some kind of way when it comes out. So now we're gonna put on some garlic butter onto the mussels in the shell. Make sure that you drizzle on top of the mussel because we don't want it to dry out. We've already cooked this thing. We don't want it to dry out even more. And also the garlic butter adds flavor to it, and the parsley also, not just flavor, it also adds some color to it. It makes it look bright and beautiful because we all eat with our eyes after all. We all know that, right? So now I'm gonna take my powdered parsley, Parmesan cheese, and I'm gonna put it on top. Just sprinkle just a little bit on each mussel. This is gonna look so beautiful when it's all browned out, and it's really gonna look so pretty on your buffet or whatever you're gonna be serving your guests on. People are gonna like this. People like things with color. People like to eat things that are different. So this is definitely gonna be something that is like that. Make sure that there's enough on each and every mussel. So now we're putting this into the oven just for the Parmesan cheese to melt. That will be about 5 to 10 minutes depending on how much Parmesan cheese you put on it. We just want it to brown just a little bit. Now our mussels are ready. This one decided to pop, but okay. This is what they look like afterwards. So right now we're gonna allow them to cool before we move them to our plate. Because when you're gonna handle them this hot, you're gonna burn. The mussels have cooled down now, so you can now start handling them. You're gonna start plating them on your platter or on your side plate, whatever you decide to plate them all on. Just make sure that the tips are in the inside, but this really depends from person to person what their style is all about. So you can just carry on plating them like so, and you don't really need garnish for this because already the parsley has done the job for you. The color, the Parmesan cheese, everything is there, and that's it. We're done. Your people, enjoy this. You will enjoy this. It's something different, something fast, and something easy. Thank you for watching me, and I look forward to seeing you as a subscriber. Bye!